Hi everybody, today we're doing a brand new session on support and resistance. So support and resistance are the horizontal lines on the chart. So I'm currently on the weekly chart, Euro JPY, okay? And the way I do this is find where price made a significant impact. So price is going up, hits a bit of a zone, then goes back down. So mark that with a line. We keep on doing that on the weekly on key areas. So we've got a zone here. Okay, and keep on doing that for quite a few and see how it reacts. So we've got one here. And let's see if we've got any more. Okay, you can do as many as you want. Okay, but don't do too many so that your charts basically are filled with too many lines. Okay, so look for key zones where market reacted. So what this really means is market is going from a downtrend, so going up, hits a zone, goes back down, hits a zone, then retracement, and then it zones. And then see how it reacts at these zones. Until it breaches, meaning it doesn't go through the zones, do not close it. And then see what happens. So you're doing the same activity I did like yesterday, and then you're doing it like this. So what this really means in a different way is we've got resistance on the weekly. Okay. So resistance is always at the top. Okay. So the way you've got to do that is price is attracted to it. Okay. And support is like a magnet where it repels. So price goes here and goes away. Resistance attracts it, support repels it. Just mark these zones so that you guys get it. So we've got resistance. And then we'll see how else it reacts. So here, the bottom part of this was resistance at one point before it broke it. And we got support at the bottom. So once you've marked it, go from the weekly to the daily. And you're looking at only these key levels. Okay. So go back to the weekly itself. Just give that. So we have that key resistance top. We also had another level here. So we'll have that. And we had one there. Okay, so this eventually became the support. Well, that was the resistance. So now that I'm marked a bit better, go to the daily and see what happens in these particular zones. So here, So we're looking for entry points at these levels. So let's just start from here. So price went to here, broke it, and we're at support. See how it goes from higher highs, okay? And it goes from one zone to the next. What we had here as well is our range zone. So price did not go above here. Until it breaks that, we're not going to have a sell. So we have all of this. And then we had this. Let me just bear with me, guys. So here, now the market started to react. So when price was here, that was the last point before it started to react. So we're at resistance zone. From the resistance zone, let's make it a bit bigger. You're getting a lot of exhaustion. You're not getting a lot of momentum. Then we have a reaction from the resistance. We have a momentum candle. Then we have our mini retracement, so our zone. And then the market decides to go down. So it goes from that zone to there, going back into the zone of, then goes further down. So it goes from support to resistance, resistance to support. And what you're trying to do is identify this kind of setup. So what this means is trying for an entry point at the key levels. So by seeing this kind of setup at key levels, you're trying to enter it. Change that color to yellow. So here you had two opportunities to get in at resistance level, and one opportunity there to buy. Price, you had either wicks, so repulsion, so price goes into the zone, goes back out. Okay, you've got another nice optimal entry, but you have to identify that on a key level. Okay, so wick entry. So wick entry here, and you also had a wick entry here. So we're buying and selling at key points, not randomly. Okay. Once price enters the zone, see if you do get a bit of a fake outs like long wicks, and then try and understand the bias. Okay. Is the market really going in an uptrend, or is it going into a downtrend? So by marking it in a systematic way, you can see which way it's going. Is it really making significant highs or significant lows, or is it really continuing the trend? So if you look here, your sell was here, but it did not make higher highs, and it went through key levels of zones. So this way, you could keep that trade on for long periods of time, okay? And then until it reacts at certain zones, okay, or near certain zones, okay, you either buy it back or you sell it, okay? So the key information to take here is market on the weekly, look at entry points on the daily, or even smaller time frame like 4 hours, okay, and you'll see the right setups, okay. Once you see the right setups, okay, you'll see everything to plan. So if you look here, goes from one zone to the next, and if we just zoom in more, zoom in more until we get to that level itself, okay, and then you'll see how price itself reacts. So we're going to fake out, entry, buy. So it breaches it, so meaning that it went down, crosses that line, crosses that zone, and then you got 3 momentum candles before a big candle, okay. So these are your optimal entry zones to basically be entering. So you buy at key points rather than any random point. So if we see if we get another entry point itself, okay, we could mark more zones on here, okay, but it's better to do it on the higher time frame and look for entry points on a lower time frame. So if we go back to the daily, okay, so if you look here, breached near level, an opportunity there to sell, opportunity there to sell, okay. You had wicks here, okay, optimal entry for a buy because that's support, okay. And this way you are trading from zone to zone. Look at how it reacts. Remember, we're marking everything on the weekly, and then we're looking for entries on the daily or the 4 hourly, and then see how it reacts, okay. Hopefully this guys gives you a better insight, okay. Do give comments on how you found this, and thank you very much for better trading.